Today's video is going to be on two different things, but first one is we're going to talk about the MilSim Labs beta test rockets that I got. There are two types. There's one with a solid tip on it. There's what it looks like. It's 40 millimeter in size. And there's one with a hole in it for a payload. You can either use a paintball, which Seth sent with me mine, or you can use the snap caps that go on here. When they hit a solid object, they go off. I'm going to be testing it with two types of shells today. We have the Mad Bull high capacity shell right here, and we have this Matrix smaller capacity shell. These are made for like 6-8 paintballs to go in there. You put like 2 in here, you put 4 in there, and they shoot paintballs, but they actually can give you some power to put these out. I'm also going to be using my MilSim Labs rocket launcher to launch these off, and we're going to be aiming at 65 feet, which is that target right there, that blue one. I'm going to try to see how good I can hit with the various shells and the various rockets and see how they mark and come up. Okay, the first test is going to be with the solid shell, using the high capacity shell, 3 seconds of gas, and this lower capacity shell, 3 seconds of gas as well, using my MilSim Labs, upside down, MilSim Labs launcher. Okay, I'm going to be behind the camera shooting this. We're going to start off shooting at 65 feet at that blue target right there. I'm going to try to hit it with this solid projectile with each shell. Okay, we're going to start off, there's 65 feet. I'm going to zoom in quite a ways here and sort of hopefully I hit the target at this range. So we're starting off with a high capacity shell, and I'm going to try to aim right at it and hope for the best here so that we get it. Firing. Horrible, about 50 feet. It flew nice and straight. I just probably didn't have enough gas in it. Probably only went about 40 feet, 45 feet, but straight as a string for me. I think maybe 3 seconds of gas is just not enough. Okay, now I have the smaller shell in there. I put an extra 1 second of gas in there because I saw the 3 on the large capacity shell didn't go. So we're going to see what 4 seconds of gas on that little shell will do, and I'll try to get as straight as I can again. Firing. That one got about 30 feet, 25 feet. Probably just not enough gas in there. Need to fill them up a little higher. I'm going to zoom back a little bit because I don't think you're seeing where they're dropping. They're all dropping like 30 feet, 40 feet. So now we're back away from the target. Now I have the high capacity shell, 5 seconds worth of gas with the solid projectile. Let's see if we can hit it now. Curved right at the last minute, but that went 65 feet. It was dropping right at 65 feet. So not bad. I might try another shot just to see, but it looks like 5 seconds worth of gas is going to do the trick for this. Maybe I might go 6 and see how that works. Okay, last test with the high capacity shell and the solid MilSim Labs rocket with 6 seconds of propane. And before anybody asks me, I'm not using CO2 because I don't have CO2 to fill these. So, all right, let's go from there. Firing. 65 feet, 6 seconds of gas, dead on. I had if you look at this, now I'm going to pull back. If you look at the sights, there is 3 markers here and a pin here. First pin, or first hole, right on this pin, center of that blue target, right there. Okay, 65 feet, nailed it. 6 seconds of propane with the high capacity shells. Now we're going to switch up. We're going to switch up to the projectile shell, which has the hole in the middle. We're going to shoot it without anything in it, and then I'm going to try to shoot it with a paintball in it to see if it actually makes a mark. Okay, this is going to be high capacity shell, 6 seconds worth of gas, but the projectile, a MilSim's rocket with the hole in the front. Aerodynamically, it might throw it off a little bit, but I want to see how it goes without a payload in it, and then I'm going to put a paintball in it and see if I can hit the 65 feet. I'm going to see if I can hit anything where I'm not going to be able to hit shit. Firing. Holy crap. it veered off to, I don't know if you saw that in the video, it veered off right in front of the target. It veered off to the right, but that sucker had to go 100 feet. So maybe I put a little bit more than six seconds worth of gas in there. So I'm gonna have to redo that with another grenade and try it. Just want to show this again. This is the one with the hole in the front, but I do have the paintball in the front of that. With the paintball, it's about the same weight as the other one. I think they're pretty close, but this must be a little lighter without that extra material in there. With the paintball in there, it might be the same weight. So I went back with 6 seconds worth of gas. We're going to try it again and shoot it out there to the blue target and see what we get. Okay, I do have it zoomed out a little bit. I have it fully loaded. Again, high capacity shell, 6 seconds worth of gas. The payload rocket with a paintball pushed in the front of it. It should be the same weight. If I can aim, we'll get it. If not, we'll see how it works. Okay, firing. All right, it hit, but I just saw the paintball fly out of it. It didn't splatter or do anything else. I'm gonna go take a look at the tree and see what happened. Just so you guys can see, the paintball did explode. It's all, and the yellow paint is there, and there is a yellow spot on the tree where it hit on the left. Now I was aiming at the blue circle and I hit the left side of it, so maybe I jerked a little bit when I pulled the trigger. We're going to try it again with another paintball and see how it works. Okay, high capacity shell, the payload rocket with a paintball in it, 6 seconds worth of gas, and I'm going to try to hit the blue target so we can actually get a more, you can see the paintball going off. So here we go, lining up the fire and firing. When you miss your mark, it goes. That's out to 150 feet. It bounced out there, so it goes. It's just, I think with the paintball in there, it's not as stable as I think. Okay, we're going to use the high capacity shell, the payload MilSim Labs rocket, but we're only using 5 seconds worth of gas on this one, just to see maybe if there's a little bit more control without as much power in it. Okay, we're going to line up, get ready to fire, and firing. It busted. I saw it bust, and it hit. I was aiming a little low, but it did bust when it hit the tree. I'm going to go up and look and see how it went off. Again, paintball went off. Here it is right here, all busted up. And there's a yellow mark on the tree. I will go up after this third shot. We'll take a look at the tree, and you'll be able to see where, on the target where it was hitting. Both times I thought I was aiming on the blue, but I might be pulling the shot a little bit. One more time. High capacity shell, MilSim Labs, payload rocket with a paintball in the front of it. 5 seconds worth of gas. Ready to fire, and lining up, and firing. I pulled that a little bit. I could feel that. It trigger's a little hard with 5 seconds worth of gas, and I did pull it down, so that's where it hit. I figured I'd walk out here and show the yellow while we're here. Okay. You can see right there's the yellow where it hit once, and over here yellow is where it hit the second time. Now the shell hit down here but bounced all the way over to about 120 feet. This is 125 feet right here, so it bounced out to equivalently about 125 feet. So, and paintball is still solid. Okay, just for shits and giggles, I put 4 seconds worth of gas. The paintball didn't go off, as you saw in the video. So let's see how it works with 4 seconds worth of gas. And I'm going to aim right on the target again. Hopefully I won't pull it. Firing. Just 4 seconds ain't enough. 5 seconds is what you need. All right, that was an ultimate fail. I said, I'll be damned if I won't see this explode on something. So I got like 25 feet away. And I put a couple of seconds worth of gas in here, and I am not going to use the sights. I'm just going to sort of eyeball it and see how it works. I want to hit the blue tarp or blue circle so that we see yellow. So okay, I'm aiming right at it. I can't miss it, although you never know. Firing. Okay. And there's your paintball mark. Not bad for a marker. I guess it would be okay. I wouldn't want to shoot this at anybody's gear, hit somebody with it. Maybe put some powder in it instead, with some paper towel over the top. That might be something else to test at a later date. So, final conclusion, using the low capacity shell, not happening. The high capacity shell with various levels of gas, like 5 seconds, 5 or 6 seconds for each shell. You'd have to play around with it with your own particular shell to see how it is, but you'll see in the video how many seconds I put in for testing. The solid shell had a little bit more consistency when I got the gas right. I had a perfect hit on the target. The other shell with the paintball, the paintball load, sort of was all over the place depending on the amount of gas I put in and maybe how I'm aiming it or pulling it. This rocket launcher does have a hard pull. It's, I guess, a nature of the gas. With CO2 it would probably be even worse. I was thinking that maybe a payload in this with some kind of powder in like a small little cellophane or with paper towel over the top. The problem is with powder, if you don't have a good cap on this, it might explode on the way out and you'd be covered with powder as it's coming out. Using this with paintballs, I don't think I'm going to be doing that. It's interesting, but I don't think I'm going to be doing that. The snap caps, I didn't buy any to test. That would be a good thing to try to test at a later date. Or maybe try to make up some kind of powder caps with this. I was also thinking about the little caps that they put on the S-Thunder grenades. These grenades, they have a little cap that goes on here to hold BBs. That might fit in that hole, and I might be able to put the powder in it. I might be able to put the powder in this with that cap on it, so that when it hits, the cap would go off, and it would explode the powder out. Just something to test. I really like the solid ones, but the ones with the payload, really not happening, and with the shorter shells, that's not something you want to do. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to be doing some extra videos probably when I get different payloads for this and trying it. And I'll keep you guys up to date. Follow the channel. If you like the video, please click like and subscribe. Guys, have a good day.